we've been here for a while already. Like my brother like moved to Charlotte, to North Carolina, was the first ever. Like you said that you're the first player like in your family to really like you know, try to break the rules and make it pro. My brother was studying in Barcelona, and he was feeling stuck like in there, and he decided to take this opportunity to play college in the US. In Charlotte, North Carolina, super random. But he ended up just playing for the team, winning the championship, the ring, everything. And after a year, like the college was done, you know, like and he didn't want to come back because he saw an opportunity to really make a huge impact in soccer if we into that moment. That was probably like 12 years ago. And like I remember my brother preparing, you know, this like project, you know, presentation that he would like pitch to these business angels, investors in Charlotte, and nobody asked a question. They were like, not even like a round of applause for my brother and his business partner Alex. Like nobody was interested into that. And then when he was in the car, he was already crying. But okay, we're coming back to Barcelona. It couldn't happen. Nobody was interested. Someone like knocked in the window of his car and told him, guys, my name is Mac Lucky. I'm one of the like biggest investors here in North Carolina, and I love the idea. We should just need to talk about it and work a little bit on it, but you guys start tomorrow. So that's when the American dream, you know, started. And who truly, like, my brother was one of the biggest inspirations for me, you know, like to see him crossing the country, you know, leaving our family behind, you know, everything behind to really, you know, build what we have done in the last 12 years. It's impressive, and you truly need to really, you know, be brave and see, just read the room and read the moment of 9 years ago. It was impossible to understand me, but it was me learning word by word, doing a speech in front of like 320 kids plus parents, and doing it with some former teammates at Barcelona. Obviously that created like an interest in Barcelona, the club. And they were like, who are those kids that are putting like 325 kids in a summer camp in Birmingham, Alabama, when us in Miami, which is the only location that at that time Barcelona had, we have like 200 kids, you know? So my brother and I, you know, we started the agency ISL. It's a sports marketing and management agency that helps European soccer brands grow the US market, like academies. We work with FC Barcelona, Real Madrid right now, Manchester City, and Bayern Munich. That's been more than 12 years, and they gave us, Barca wanted to meet with us. They understood, you know, that nobody will promote the club better than us when we have a former player, you know, we have it in the blood. And
three generations,
exactly. And they gave us like exclusivity for like 5 states to organize summer camps. Year by year, we multiply the numbers, you know, like we went from, I think it was 4, 8, 16, you know, 32 camps, and now we do like 40 summer camps every year with Barcelona only. And it's just incredible the impact that we have made in the US with ISL and also with Tiki Taka. It's been incredible, and we're extremely grateful for the results and how happy everyone is to, you know, to be part of our projects and our programs. So as a parent, like, how do you feel the pressure to access to the game money-wise? Like, what's the difficulties that you see?
Yeah, it's definitely there. It's just the way the system is set up. It's hard to get in without. I mean, even down to club fees and paying for uniforms, and then also the time taken off if you need to get your kid to games.
Yep.
So even if you are, you know, given a scholarship to a team, and even if they do pay for everything, not every parent can even get their kids to certain games. So when my son was on, you know, LAFC, or when he was on Galaxy, I used to tell him, don't even think you're the best kid in Los Angeles. You're just one of the best kids whose parents can get them to the program. Correct. I guarantee you there's 1,000 kids that are 10 times better than you, but just can't get out there because their parents maybe don't have the schedule or the money, or maybe they don't have parents at all. So the pressure is definitely there for the access. But I mean, with everything, as long as you're, you know, just hustling and keeping a positive attitude, sometimes things will fall in line, and sometimes you'll get access to certain programs. You'll get access to great training like, you know, Immortals offers. Because there is a big difference between kind of Roman, my son, before Immortals and after Immortals in his gameplay. And a large part of that is because like that type of access would cost a lot of money, that type of training, because it's high quality, which it should be, because if someone's giving a service, there is a cost for it. But yeah, if there's programs like the Immortals have been great for taking that pressure off, because it is kind of stressful knowing that the one thing separating your kid from that next level is maybe extra training sessions that you can't afford.
Yep.
And it's kind of, I have been in situations where I did feel a little stuck like that, but at the same time, I would say, all right, cool. Well, if I can't provide that, what can I do? So if I can't do a full month of those sessions, maybe I could do 2 of those sessions and I can sit back, take some notes, and then take my son out and do the same drills that I saw with that same intensity.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of what we did. So there was times that we saw trainers, but I could never continue. It was never on a consistent basis just because of how expensive, but I was taking notes. And then now I could run full training sessions with my son, and it's also great bonding as well. So you could take, just like with anything, pressure makes diamonds. So it's a tough situation, but if you have the time and if you're willing, I mean, if you can't get your kid to training, if you can't afford extra sessions, maybe watch a couple and then just implement it on your own. And then if there's no improvement from there, then maybe that's also a sign that it wasn't to be anyway. Because if a kid can't train on their own or a kid can't train with their parents, then was the passion even there to begin with?
I love that, 100%. Let you train with your dad?
Yeah, sometimes, well, not really. My dad has sometimes a busy schedule, but usually I'll hit up my friends, be like, yo, want to go shoot in the field or run drills, and I usually do that. But
you run them by yourself, all the drills?
Yeah, usually just me and my friends.
At the end, you just need a ball and a space. That's it. That's the only thing you need is a ball and a wall or a friend to pass it back.
Also, to touch base with you, when you played overseas, what's the difference with the pay-to-play system and how like academies work over there compared to here? What's the difference?
I mean, especially on the price. I am in shock of the price of the academies like here in Los Angeles. It's shocking, and obviously like it limitates, like the way we're gonna find talent in LA, or in the US, because as you mentioned before, like not every partner has the same possibilities, and there's a lot of talent that will be wasted just because, like there is no the right platforms or like prices are not accessible. So back in Spain, like everything it's way more cheap, and obviously there's way more opportunities. The thing here is there is no much opportunity. That's why the prices, they put them up and they take advantage of that. But it is, you guys are very lucky to experience, what it is to be part of the Immortals Project. Like, Javi has been doing an insane job, like I've been following since day one, and it is very inspiring, and I think we need way more Immortals. We need, we need Immortals, and they're pushing a lot to promote youth soccer, to just facilitate and make the youth understand that what you truly need is a ball and space to play. So Nike right now, they're trying to bring soccer back to the streets, back to the origins of the soccer. We all know that these best players that come from Brazil, where did they learn all these insane skills, these tricks? On the street. We organize high school nights on Mondays at Tiki Taka for kids that just wanna, just come and play. We organize that for them, and I think we just need more of that, and this is a good moment for us to really open the space, free the game for the youth, and try to have, the best support system possible. It's exactly what you say, you truly need to, put your effort in yourself and not compare yourself with anyone. Of course, you can have some inspirational, players, but all these social media influencers or figures don't really are transparent on what's truly behind, And sometimes I think, wow, but if we had Instagram and we have all these platforms, my exposure would have been crazy, playing for Barcelona, doing these tournaments against Sao Paulo, we play against all these crazy teams. Those games were not streamed anywhere. Now you have soccer tournaments, youth tournaments streamed everywhere. You have the highlights, we didn't have that. That's the positive thing and the negative thing, but the most important about soccer is to keep it real. Keep it real, that's it.
As far as technology goes and social media, there's a lot that can be drawn from it that can cause negative, but also there's a right way to do it. I could say the way Roman has done it, I could say that there's been some benefit. I mean, he's gotten scouted from it, he's gotten opportunities from it, but that's only because the only thing he's ever posted was just his real life, his real training, just nothing fake. And obviously we're not posting missed goals or anything like that. But I mean, it is what you're seeing is the real deal. And there's a certain, if you are kind of saying, if you're doing it with a certain authenticity, it can pay off. And I think that's what coaches, because he's had a lot of college coaches, thank God, that have, checked him out. And the first time that they saw him wasn't at a camp. It was on like a social media highlight. But that's only, and then they'll do some investigation, but they'll see he's never posted anything wrong, no cussing in his music, no crazy posts. Like, it's just like, you can see what you're putting out there is positive, and that'll draw the right people if you're doing it with the right intention.
And having like the guidance, like from the parent and also from like Immortals, like correct. I remember like when we first like started Immortals, we were having this meeting with everyone on how to teach, how to use social media, but to really promote you in a real way, like original way, and that truly helped a lot of like kids nowadays, and your son like probably was one of them.
It shouldn't take a lot of time. It should, if you're spending, it should be, if you're going up there, if you want to post some training clips, first of all, we do the training first. Before we do the clips, we do the training. And then after the training's done, then we'll try to get a couple clips. But that's, I think, the issue with people. Some people, I've seen them go out just for the clips. And they forgot to train. So that's why it's like, it's also the intention. So if it's kind of just like, you shouldn't be putting a lot of time, and it shouldn't be stressing you out. You shouldn't be worried about views. You shouldn't be worried about likes. You should be worried about minutes on the field.
Correct.
And how you're performing. But I think that's the thing, that's the balance that you need, because it could bleed over. And if kids are going to do it, it should definitely be monitored by the parents, at least maybe until like 14.
That's why it's also important for the parents to stay. I think we have like 3 generations here, where you are gonna experience the craziest, newest like technology. I feel like kind of like in between, like I feel like, what do I do now? Do I run to the forest and buy a house or I just log in and try to understand these technologies and how using this technology in a respectful way, help my career, how to create better opportunities, and yes, you truly need to learn all these, otherwise you can get lost in the sauce, distracted with all this like social media, because when you pick up the phone, notification here, it's a lot of hours. And I wish, I can just like throw it and, like keep it real and, have more of this. Again, we need to find the balance. For me, life is about that, like balancing your work, your family, your passion, your health, and if you keep those balances, like, everything should come easier.
I guess I could say as an athlete, I feel like my whole life is just a puzzle. Everyone here, everyone's life is a puzzle. When you find something, suppose parents, coaches, friends, social media, they're all little pieces of the puzzle that you slowly keep. And once you find enough pieces, you finally start to like picture what the final product is. I feel like sometimes kids try to rush and finish their puzzle too fast and they end up messing up. And sometimes in the puzzle you don't know what to do, you're lost, you just want to scrap the whole thing. But these little things that you learn along the way are what gives you motivation, and slowly but surely that puzzle will finish. It's just a matter of time. And I feel like every single time you do something, know that it needs to be the right piece of your puzzle. Don't just try to fit it in because you need it.
And how will the likes, the views, how will that affect, you think, in the youth? Because nowadays, what really matters is the work that you're putting on the ground, the hour that you spend, like on the field, and the rest doesn't matter. It just, that is scary. That's what I wanted to ask you.
Of course, likes and comments, whatever, do matters. And you have to start like consciously telling yourself that, what will it benefit me? I get 17,000. Did I get anything from that 17,000? Did I benefit anything? I got nothing from that 17,000. All I think is the chemicals in my brain. Oh yeah, I got 17,000. Good me. And once you mature, you start to realize nobody cares. You're not going to get anything. Maybe you'll get 1 or 2 things, but it's not going to be to the point where it drastically affects your life.